Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Horizon of Science once again. So in today's class we are going to study about cell organelles, and before this class we had already studied about cell theory. So in that we had seen cell is the building blocks of the life, and it is also structural and functional unit of life, and they give shape and size to our body or to every living being. So each living being is made up of cells. We already know it. So today we are going to read about cell organelles which are located inside the cell. So before moving to the topic, I would like to compare our body with the cell. So how is our body, children? They perform different functions, right? In our day-to-day life. So what makes our body to perform different functions? Just think. What makes our body to perform? The different organs present in our body or our different body parts make our body to perform different activities. So our cell, which is located inside our body, is also like that. We can consider cell as our body and cell organelles as its different organs. And the meaning of the organelles is also small organs. So we can consider these cellular organelles as small organs. So let us start the topic. So here you can see the cell is surrounded by a covering which is known as cell membrane or plasma membrane. It is the outer boundary of the cell which limits the area of the cell. You can see it here in plant cell also. So here two kinds of cells are there, plant cell and animal cell. So in both the cells you can find this plasma membrane or cell membrane. And in plant cell you can see an additional layer which is known as cell wall. Cell wall is an additional protective layer present in plant cell which provides rigidity to the cell, and it is a non-living structure. So that is an additional layer in plant cell. But when we talk about animal cell, that is the outermost covering of the cell, and it provides definite shape to the cell, and inside it all the cell organelles remain protected, and it also controls the movement of materials in and out of the cell. So its function is to control the movement of material in and out of the cell. So it is always a selectively permeable membrane which selects only certain kind of materials to get inside the cell or go outside the cell. So you can compare it as guard of our house or security check-in like in airport. So how do they allow only certain people to get inside these places? So it acts as a guard, and it is always a selectively permeable membrane. Whereas when you look at the plant cell, the outer covering is cell wall, which is a freely permeable membrane. So what is the meaning of freely permeable membrane? Means they allow any material to get inside, and this is a non-living membrane, as I already stated that. So what is the difference between cell wall and cell membrane? Cell wall is freely permeable, whereas cell membrane is a selectively permeable membrane. So I think you have understood the functions and structure of cell membrane. Now let us see what is present inside this cell membrane. So children, if you see, there is a fluid which is contained inside the cell which is known as cytoplasm, and in this fluid there are organelles remain embedded. So now let us see the structure of nucleus in details. So nucleus is present at the center of the cell, and they are double membranous structures. As you can see, there are two layers of membranes present in this nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is a fluid called nucleoplasm. And inside this nucleoplasm, there is a dotted structure which is known as nucleolus. And when these nucleolus are more in number, they are called nucleoli. So here they apart from this nucleoli, if you look here carefully, you can see thread-like structures are present, which are known as chromatin fibers. And at the time of cell division, these chromatin fibers are shortened and become chromosomes. These chromatin fibers or chromosomes are carrier of genes. Genes are the hereditary materials, means they carry the hereditary characters from one generation to the next generation. So genes are responsible for carrying hereditary characters. So here we can see what are the main points about this nucleus. They are double membranous structure and they contain nucleoplasm inside, and inside this nucleoplasm there is a rounded body called nucleolus, and apart from this they also contain chromatin fibers or chromosomes which carry genes, and they are responsible for hereditary characters, and they control. And now what is the function of the nucleus? They control all the vital activities of the cell. As we had seen in our first slide, that all organs remain scattered around the cell, around the nucleus, which is regulated. Means those all cell organelles are regulated by this nucleus. So you can consider it as like head of the family, like how any head of our family, they regulates all our functions, they give orders to us. So like that only nucleus acts here. So they are also called brain of the cell or control center of the cell, because it regulates and coordinates with all the activities of the cell. So they are known as brain of the cell. Now next cell organelle. So here the next cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. So where this endoplasmic reticulum are present, if you have a look in our previous slide, you can see its one end is connected to the nucleus and its other end will be connected to the plasma membrane. So it acts as a pathway for the transport of materials within the cell and outside the cell or between two cells. So it is like a network of tubular structure. It is like a network of tubular structure, and its one end is connected with the nucleus and other end is connected with the plasma membrane. So they act as pathway and they help in transportation of materials. It is of two types. They are smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now, on what basis we divide it into smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum? In rough endoplasmic reticulum, on its surface, ribosomes are attached, which are granular structure. As you can see here, the dotted structures, they are ribosomes. They are attached. And in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, on their surfaces, no ribosomes are attached. So based on the presence of ribosomes, we categorized it into rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now, what is its other function? First, it works as the transportation pathway. Like we transport materials from one state to other state, and we use a route. So it acts as a route for transportation of materials between the cells and within the cells. And it also form a framework of the cell. Framework means like our body. If you we can again compare it with the skeletal system of our body. Like skeletal system of our body, they gives rigidity and proper shape to the body. cell. So like that only endoplasmic reticulum, it acts as skeletal system and gives rigidity and shape to the cell. So it acts as a pathway and gives rigidity to the cell, and it is a network of tubular structure, and ends are connected with nucleus and plasma membrane. Now next structure. So we have just discussed about ribosomes, which were attached on the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum. So these ribosomes are generally rounded structures present either in free state in the cytoplasm, or they are attached to the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum. So children, you can find these ribosomes either in free state, which will be scattered in the cytoplasm, or they will be attached to the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum. But they do not have any membrane. They will be membraneless, means they will be non-membranous cellular structures or cell organelles. And what is the function of these ribosomes? They help in protein synthesis. They help in making of protein. Now, let us learn about mitochondria, which is other cellular organelle. So this mitochondria, this is one of the most important cellular organelle. So here it is called as powerhouse of the cell. Very important line. It is called as powerhouse of the cell. So we will see how it is called powerhouse of the cell. So before studying about that, let us learn about its structure. So children, they are always rod shaped or spherical organelles. And a single cell contains a few hundred to few lakhs mitochondria, and it is bounded by two membranes. If you can see, you observe here, this is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane, and inner membranes are always folded into finger like structures, and these structures are known as cristae, and there is always a gap between this outer membrane and inner membrane, and this organelle remains filled with matrix. So here during respiration the food is oxidized in mitochondria. Food is oxidized in mitochondria, and when food is oxidized they release energy. Energy is produced, and this energy is stored in the form of ATP. Now what is this ATP? ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Now let us move on to next cell organelle. So next cell organelle is Golgi apparatus, or we can call it as Golgi complex also. So these Golgi bodies are identified by Camillo Golgi. They consist of flattened tube called cisterna. You can see it here, cisternae or cisterna. They stack one above the other. So they are like that, and you can see some rounded vesicles are coming out of it. They are forming the network of these vesicles which are arising from this cisterna only. So vesicles are arising from this cisterna. So what is its function, children? They synthesize cell wall in plant cells, and they secrete some enzymes also. They produce some substances and they push it out of the cell. So the main function is synthesis of cell wall. So you can find these structures, Golgi apparatus, more in plant cells, because plant cells have got this cell wall, and in animal cells they are less in number. So it is found more in plant cells comparatively, and it is identified by Camillo Golgi. So children, let us have a look into the functional division of a cell. So this is a cell, and it is bounded by a cell membrane, and inside the cell membrane there is a protoplasm, and protoplasm is again divided into cytoplasm, means the liquid which is present inside the plasma membrane, that is cytoplasm, and inside this cytoplasm the organelle's nucleus is present, and in this nucleus inside there is a liquid called nucleoplasm, and in this cytoplasm all the cell organelles remain scattered along with the cell inclusions. So in this video we have studied about some of the cell organelles. In my next video we will learn about some more cell organelles. So if you have liked my video, please give a like, share and subscribe. So we will meet again in cell organelles part 2 video. Till then, bye. Take care.